Hello, hello, and welcome back to Kay's Table, episode 3.2, On to the Palace. To catch you up from last time, we had a bit of a bounty hunter issue, but there's nothing left of him now. Well, by the end of the day, there might be something left on the side of the road, but that gets kind of disgusting.
Smear on the side.
Yeah, we don't talk about fecal that much.
It's not needed.
No. But you are with a procession of guards at this point. You
Stuffing our faces.
Oh yeah, plenty of snacks and stuff.
Wines?
Huh?
Wines?
No.
Need drinks?
Yeah, basic juice and
Okay,
water.
I'll drink juice.
It's kind of fruity. So you travel through most of the rest of the day. The guards advise you when you guys stop for some lunch around like mid-afternoon that they're taking you around the back of the city through a secret entrance.
Okay.
Because apparently there's a few from the south that are here looking for you.
Lovely.
Bounty hunters.
And we want to make sure that they don't see you.
Yeah.
Especially after what they heard about what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And last night. So, as night falls, you start coming up to the edge of town. Okay? And you guys go right past the side gate, down deeper into the woods, down this little ravine, and they stop at what looks to be the entrance to a large cave.
Cool. Night. We can see in it. Well, I can see in it because I have my dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I think we both can.
I have dark vision. Well,
yeah, they take a few moments to unload everything. 3 of the guards stay with you. The rest of them continue onward, taking off, looking pretty much as if they had never truly stopped. And the 3 guards lead you inside. About 40 feet into the chamber, it goes from a natural, really kind of pretty cave to nicely cut hewn stones. Looks like dwarven work. Well, actually, you guys wouldn't even know that because you don't have that much experience. You might have a small chance of knowing it.
Can I roll?
Miss Scholar, sure. Gives you a chance to be Miss Know-It-All.
2.
Yeah, you don't know, but it's really well done.
It's really pretty in here.
This
It
isn't
was
something
just
that you'd
me.
be aware of.
even I couldn't do it.
Just
I'm not a
me.
scholar.
Yeah, unless you studied ancient architecture.
You know.
No, but she's enough of a bookworm with bardic knowledge that's be coming up soon that she might have a knowledge of that. Where were we? Yeah. So, they lead you through this long corridor. Then they bring you up these winding stairs. Then they bring you down another long corridor, down another couple turns. You guys have no idea where you are at this point. Okay? It was less confusing trying to walk through the underground caverns to make your way out from that chamber than it is trying to get through this place. It's a complete maze. After about an hour of walking, you finally come to what you guess is the end, and it opens up into a beautifully appointed sitting room with really plush, lavish couches, super cushion. The walls are lined with books, except for one that has a full bar. Sitting behind the bar is what looks to be a older elven person, white haired, wearing a very fine suit. Okay. Definitely out of game, gives you kind of the butler kind of look. Bartender. And standing over by the actual door entrance, as you turn around and realize that you just came out from behind a tapestry that depicts some great war, that there's a large elf in extremely shiny, ornate armor holding a golden staff with a green jade spear point.
Kind of like your spear.
And as you look at his armor, you see swirling patterns that are very reminiscent of that pendant you found. And you see the sigil from the pendant on his upper right chest plate. Turns, looks at you. Welcome, and welcome, and welcome. Please have your seats. We will be with you shortly. The queen is currently indisposed. With people, it is better that they do not know that you are here. So if you would not mind, have a seat. Refreshments are served. We have wine, ale, guessing,
Oi.
as well as many fruit juices and cocktails. If you need anything else, please feel free to ask the bartender there. He would be more than happy to help you. Otherwise, I do ask that you remain quiet and in this room for now, please. Let me reiterate, you are honored guests. Not in any way are you to consider yourselves prisoners. We just want to make sure that you do not end up as prisoners. If there's any questions, I would be glad to answer it for you.
Can we read the books?
You may help yourself to read the books.
The bartender let me in the back of the bar to mix stuff? Or is that like his domain?
It's his domain.
His domain.
Whatever you wish to have mixed, I'm sure he can mix it for you.
Okay, so keep out of his domain.
No.
Let them do that.
Waddle up to the shelves and start looking for like other language books and like translation books. Maybe I could find something on
Okay, we'll get to that in a moment.
journal.
Any questions from you?
I'll look up at him. If you don't mind, I'd like to just grab a glass of ale, and then I'll come right back because I do have a couple of questions if you don't mind assisting me.
I would be happy to assist you.
Much obliged, good sir. I make my way to the bar.
I'm gonna follow him.
You get to the bar. Good evening. What can I get you, folk?
Some ale, please.
There you go.
Much obliged, sir.
And for you, miss.
I whisper to you, we have wine.
Wine?
What type of wine, miss?
I don't. White?
As you wish, miss. And he hands you a glass of white wine.
Okay.
Anything for you there, Miss Bed?
I'm good, I'm just looking for books.
Okay.
I take my ale, and I walk back to the guy.
Okay. Make an investigation check, Sky.
Can I use one of those rolls? My
Do you really want to?
I rolled a 8 in total.
And what are you looking for?
I'm trying to find a book so I can translate that journal.
I will be polite to you right now and tell you, even if you had rolled a natural 20,
Wouldn't have
you
found
would
it.
not have found it in this room.
In this room. Maybe I'm just in my castle.
You find many books on ancient history, lore, legends, a lot of paperwork on ancestry of different households and kingdoms, and then the largest wall of it are all basically instructional manuals on things like how to better care for weaponry and armor, how to create different inks and pigments. It's a lot of instructional material.
I look at the tapestry.
The tapestry depicts what looks to be possibly the Great War. It appears to be elves fighting up against large, like, orcs and trolls.
Can I go?
We're all just speaking, so.
Oh, okay. I call out to you, and, just not loudly. Like, is it okay? Kind of like soft call out? Because I know he's like, be quiet. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm literally whispering to everyone. Like,
Yeah.
But I kind of call out to her. If you find one on lock picking, I've just got a block pick set if you're interested. I just,
Yeah.
if you know,
Scan the
travels.
books for lock picking.
Make an investigation check. DC 10.
11 plus my 3.
Idiot's Guide to Thieving.
Thank you. I take book and walk over to the guy.
Alright, Fee, what are you doing?
I wave.
Your white wine.
Can I go? I'm gonna go look at a book too. Why not?
Alright, what are you looking for?
Um, like books on advanced research.
Make an attack. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Investigation roll.
Oh what?
Investigation.
Can I eat her?
Too late.
14.
14?
Yep.
You find a book on martial weaponry. Okay, it's not really so much designed for two-handed swords, but it does show a lot of different techniques for using like a large one-handed sword. Also, information from mounted combat.
I'll take that back over to the bar and eat that.
Okay. All right, and did you find the book you were looking for?
No.
Okay.
Unless I can find language. Wait. They have history books, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna look for Skeksies history.
Okay. Roll. DC 15.
No.
No.
I'll try again in a second. Because I know sometimes you like be looking at the covers and you miss something.
No. The closest you do find, since you did get a previous hint, would be the rulers from the east.
I'm gonna grab it.
Okay. All right, and so you walk back over to Mr. Shiny.
With Idiot's Guide to Thieves and the ale in my hand, and I walk by to Mr. Shiny. And I'll up it out. Thank you
Greetings.
for your greetings. Thank you for your patience, sir. If you don't mind me asking, I don't know exactly how much you know of our last couple weeks, but as you can tell, this might look familiar to you. And I pull out the amulet, which I've actually been wearing on my chest like the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Like tucked in your breastplate.
No, like just straight up in the
Oh.
open. I thought it was pretty. You know, I'm like, and I just ask him very politely, do you have any information about this amulet? And then I go behind my ear for my 4-inch toothpick, and then extend it. And
To
if
like a foot. Non-threatening.
can I actually? Does it have intermediate distances?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
You can make it whatever size you want.
I could wield it as a one-handed like blunt if I tried, like a club if I really wanted.
Yeah.
I'd have it with a spearhead.
Or a wand, scepter.
That's really cool. But back to the point. So I extend it to it. Well, I'm 3 feet tall, 4 feet, because it makes me feel better. You know, so it's at its full size, and I'm like, this amulet and this spear. When I had a dream, I think I saw possibly the one you're carrying and this one in a circle. Are you familiar with that legend, or?
No, mine is simply a replica.
Oh,
As a High Knight of the Royal Mystics, I have been awarded it many years ago.
I
okay.
want to peek up at that.
What you have, though, is most rare.
Do you know what it is? In any more detail than
I
this?
shall wait for the Queen before I go any further on this.
Okay. Do you have any idea what happened in the south in the Satyrs?
The execution and cleaning of the feral race. Yes, that was, what, 100, 150 years ago? Sad time. We got very many refugees from that time.
Sounds unpleasant. I guess that's all, but thank you for your assistance. And I head to the bar to take my drink and read the book.
So, Fee, as you're reading,
Mm-hmm.
are you just quietly reading, or are you humming to yourself at all? Which one?
I can't hum and read at the same time.
Yeah, you can.
I'm gonna do that then.
Okay. As you start humming, okay, and since you're still talking to him, you start noticing that they are these blue swirling figures start to kind of shimmer and glow across his armor.
Do I notice this too? Like, just like at a
If you
peripheral?
make a perception check. Just call it a DC 7. Just to see-
10.
Okay. Yeah, you look up from your book enough to see it.
I'm gonna tilt my head sideways, kind of like the
Just
bird
like the
thing.
blue crystal glow when she hums.
I try to bless you.
And you get a sharp pain in the back of your head.
Ow.
Bird noises.
I gently say ow quietly.
You taste metal.
I'm gonna like pat her, just like.
Make a perception check.
Could I use Bardic?
If you want.
I'm not even saying that.
Just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Not 20.
Okay.
Plus-
Your pocket is vibrating.
Is that where I keep the gold coin from Leprechaun? I kind of don't want to pull it out right now. I feel like that'd be a horrible idea. Can I nod to the guy, put my hand in my pocket, holding the ale in the
I'll
thing?
let you hold that perception check since you got a natural 20 on it.
Yeah.
As you touch the coin, you feel that he has one of the coins around his neck, under his armor, and there's another one somewhere else in this palace.
Shit.
The pain starts to grow a little bit worse in the back of your head.
So technically, I know nothing about warlocks. I wouldn't even know if he could hear me if I spoke to him.
He's a leprechaun, not a warlock.
You're right. I'm his warlock. Literally.
Wasted that.
Yes, yes, you did.
Stop falling when no one tells you to. And you'll avoid that shit.
So while he's trying to figure out what he's doing, what are you guys doing?
Reading.
Okay. Do a intelligence or history check. For both of you.
21.
Okay.
Intelligence or history?
Intelligence or history.
30-20?
Okay.
I'm using history.
So which book did you get?
The only one I
Oh,
found.
The Kingdoms to the East.
Yes.
Okay. So through the light overview, it talks about the burning scar that apparently was torn open during the Great War of 1500 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
No other details. That also to the east is the plains of the centaurs and horsemen.
Mm-hmm.
And it says literally centaurs and horsemen. And then to the east and further also is the land of the Crimson Trees, which is the homeland of the Skeksies. Said to be blood red from the demon blood within the earth.
Interesting.
And with that roll, anything else you want to know about any of these?
Anything on the blood trees?
Apparently during the Great War, a great many demons were slayed down in that area. Also, they were summoned in that area by apparently the Skeksies. This was rumors that go back to about 1400 years ago. Sorry, what was that? Okay, you gave yourself a crit success.
I think I have a total of 2 available now.
Yeah, you have 2. Alright.
Just loading up, just in case.
So apparently when enough demon blood is soaked into the land, it will cause the land itself to become corrupted with its type of essence. And not much other information is really available on that in this book. Okay, and what book were you looking at, Fee?
One
Martial law. Martial technique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swords technique.
So it shows you a lot more about theory craft than anything else when it comes to war type. Stuff like if you're able to have an opponent between the two of you, okay, then that can give you bonus to attack because the opponent's not going to be able to defend from both sides at once, otherwise known as flanking. Okay, it teaches you that if you're seeing a spellcaster doing certain hand motions or vocal incantations or holding something that doesn't make sense, they're probably casting a spell. Okay? And the quickest way to interrupt them is with a bludgeoning blow or something that would either knock them unconscious or off their feet. You don't necessarily even need to kill someone to stop their spell casting, just enough to interrupt their train of thought.
Just kick them in the back of the knee and just kick the weight out from under them.
Yep. And you also learn about new types of weapons you've never heard about before. Okay, new types of crossbows, short bows. We've never heard of a short bow before, just long bows.
So what I would look at him when I see the short bow thing.
Okay, new types of swords. You also see what was once considered illegal weaponry for gladiator pits that are covered in all kinds of serrations and bloodletting channels, okay, as well as information as they were made illegal because the serrations on them make it so that the wound will not heal under normal circumstances. So it would have to be a magical healing, otherwise it's going to not heal and causes extra bleeding. Must need to capitalize the B? Huh? Oh, redeem. Oh, blessing. Sky.
What? I got a blessing?
He tried to give you one, but he spelled sky wrong. There's an E at the end.
Oh, no, that's not what went wrong. It's just bless.
Oh.
I believe.
Might be.
Alright, so it gives you a much... oh, alright. So it gives you a much better indication of what different weaponry is, how different weaponry is used usually in battle, and different things to watch out for that you didn't know about before. Okay? Mostly stuff that you personally know, but your character didn't, because you didn't get any real formal training.
Yeah.
More survival training. Alright. Back to you. Did you figure out what you wanted to say?
The next question, at least, and we'll go from there. I ask him about one, when he may have heard my party member humming. Is there some relation to that and bluish crystals? Heavily leaning into that angelic shard stuff that I don't really remember the name of at the moment. Sorry, I'm tired.
I would be glad to go through this further with you after I have the Queen's blessing.
Okay. It was a different question than about the spear, so...
Uh-huh.
Okay. Alright.
Basically, you're noticing that anything that... There are certain subjects that he's going to require the Queen's permission to speak to you on.
I'm not pushing or anything. Yeah. After that, I head with my
Can I
ale.
poke my head with the book? Do you know when the Queen's going to arrive?
As soon as she finishes subjugating her current guests into believing that you guys are not here.
Okay.
That is her current action. And I was sent here personally by her to make sure that you are kept safe and obscured from any type of scrying or other vision that might show your location. I deeply apologize that we were not able to properly protect you all last night, but unfortunately, our mages were not able to keep up the scrying barrier.
It all ended alright at the end of the day.
I am happy to hear that.
We protected
It is a
everyone
joyous
else.
occasion that you have all arrived.
By any chance, I ask him, are you the captain of the guard? Would that be your title? If you don't mind me asking.
I am the Queen's personal bodyguard, captain of the guard, vizier, and royal scholar.
Oh.
Jack of all trades.
As a high paladin of the Uru, you must.
That's the second time.
I always say telepathic crystal. I would say when you're right now, I was like, don't bother. No, evacuate. Bend. Aboard.
The Uru are to be blessed. The mystics impart upon true knowledge and wisdom.
Since I don't want to piss him off or anything, I just start reading the book. And drinking ale.
The Idiot's Guide to Thieving. Okay. Basic information on how to pick locks, detect traps, that kind of sleight of hand type stuff. Make a history roll. We'll see how well you
What?
how well you remember it. Learn from it.
I guess this might be a good time for bardic inspiration.
I'm not going to let you inspire yourself on this one.
Okay.
This is you studying for like an hour.
History check?
Yeah.
12.
Okay. It's mostly to figure how much you remember of what you read out of it.
Okay.
So at 12, you remember like 60% of what you read, which is better than most.
No, I didn't have one fumble. I'm good with that.
So you get a basic understanding of basic lock picking, how that works, basic trap setup, and a few tips and tricks on pickpocketing and moving stealthy. Of course, putting them to action, it might be slightly different.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do while you wait?
Just wait.
At that point,
I want to ask him about my mom and if she had any siblings.
Unfortunately, all of her siblings are now deceased, along with her husband. That was a few years ago. Assassins, poison. Quite sad. And I knew your mother. Fantastic woman. Your mother's sisters and brothers are currently out of country. Your mother's been very much looking forward to seeing you, as have I. It's very rare we get to meet one such as you.
But you said that my mom?
Yes, your mother and I were quite good friends for quite a long time before she sacrificed herself to him.
Everything?
can I make an insight check?
I'm gonna just kind of let out a little growl at his name because I hate him at this point.
You want to do an insight check of...
The guy that she's talking to, because I guess
She's talking to the guard.
I know. But was he actually like the boyfriend before she got sent there?
You want to do an insight to see if there was some type of romantic connection between those two?
Yeah.
Alright, roll.
11 plus my perception. I don't know what I'm using. Which one?
If there was, it was completely unfulfilled or shared.
Ah, yes, one-sided love.
On his end or her end? Can I tell that?
He is incredibly hard to read. He is the most basically balanced person that you swear must not even really have emotion.
Okay, so I'm not going to find out anymore.
Yeah, I mean, none of you have even asked his name.
I asked his title. I thought that was a step in the right direction.
Oh, you asked if this was his title, but close enough. All right, so you guys sit there for another hour or so reading. Not much else happens.
I'm gonna get up and get a drink.
Okay.
Just some red wine.
Then, let me change the page here, because I actually wrote notes. So, after about an hour, the door opens, and inside comes a very elegant, tall stature, thin-boned, almost hypnotic eyes, flowing long hair. Super sweet, fills you with a bunch of comfort as she comes in. Takes 3 steps in, trips over the front of her skirt, and is quickly caught by the paladin at the door. My dear, please step more comfortably. So sorry. Those guys were fucking assholes.
I'm just gonna... We can agree with you on that one.
Now, milady, that's not the proper type of wordage to use here. Oh, shut the fuck up. I have to be nice up in the courtroom. I'm not going to be nice down here. It is you. As she tries to leap towards you to give you a hug, do you try to dodge or anything?
I'm gonna reach towards her. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna ready to protect her ass if need be.
I'm gonna get in front of Skek and grab the flying.
Queen?
Yes.
And she wraps her arms around you, picks you up off the floor. She's uncommonly strong. You did not expect her to be that strong.
You are a ragdoll.
And then she starts teetering backwards, like you're off weighting her. The paladin quickly just walks forward and supports her nicely.
I sort of give her a hug back. First time meeting my grandmom.
I finally get to meet one of my granddaughters. How's your mother?
I'm just gonna look to the side and be like,
I only get so much information from the letters.
My mom really misses it here.
I believe it. I would
really
love to
wants
have
to
her
come
back. I told her she should come back, but she refuses. To keep the peace. She doesn't want me assassinated like her father.
Sad.
So, congratulations on avoiding your wedding.
Thank you. I don't want to die.
much on our
I don't
part.
blame you. I would love to keep you here, but unfortunately, I can only hide you for up to 3 days. Okay, I can obscure your presence here for up to 3 days, but I can't guarantee anything after that because they're sending more people over here to keep a watch, and unfortunately, we can't say no without a war. But there's 2 of their representatives here that we're keeping separated and sidetracked. So if you do want to go around the city, which is perfectly great, then please let us know beforehand, and we'll have one of our guards go with you and offer you guys disguises, because no offense, you both stand out really bad.
I can accept that.
Not even gonna deny that one.
I would love to catch up with you. Okay. You are welcome and invited to my chambers later on this evening. Okay. I'm glad to see you're all enjoying some munchies and stuff here. My palace is open to you guys while you're here. Just please, like I said, make sure you have a guard with you. Make sure that we don't have you intersecting with other people, because if they see you, I can't give you protection. I'm sorry. And apparently there's bounty hunters too.
We have to kill one.
So, I'm sorry. I wish I could do more.
It's quite all right. I just wanted you to see this, and I'm gonna hand her the old peace treaty.
I've heard legend of this before. My great-grandfather told me about it. Before we found his head.
I have theory to believe that because someone's ancestor did not sign, that's what started the war.
May I borrow this temporarily so that my bodyguard here can take it to our mystics to verify?
Mystics, that's the 3rd time I've heard that name.
Well, we only have one of the representatives of the true mystics here, but yeah, they've unfortunately been, the true mystics have been gone for the last 1400 years, but there are many that still follow their ways.
Do you know anything about the Skeksies as well?
Of course, they're to the east.
Know nothing of my kind.
We have quite a bit of information about them in our library. You're welcome to go there. When you go there, just simply ask for either Rodney or Linguista, and they'll be more than happy to help you.
Okay. Rodney, me. Ah, yes, that's the blue hat.
That's a blue mage guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, my court magician.
Yeah.
He could be a bit eccentric, but he's a
We saw him
he's a good
earlier.
man. I know. We sent him when when our guests arrived.
Yeah.
I really wish there was more that I could do for you.
But if I could go meet this mystic as well, if that would not be a problem.
You want to go with him? That's fine. Yeah. You'd be in no safer hands than with Sir Monotone.
I'm gonna look at you two, if that's all right with you.
Okay. Just be safe.
Just be safe.
Valen looks at you. You would be most welcome to come as well. We could see if you more information, if the Queen so wishes, about that which you carry.
Alright, I'll follow. I follow.
Shall we?
Yes.
All right. He leads you guys out of the room through another maze of corridors. You're staying behind, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Through another maze of corridors. He points out things as you're going through, but you're barely hearing him because he's still talking in that very low, monotone way. And over here, we have the bunkhouses for the lower soldiers. Over here, we have the laundry room. Over here, we have the pantry to the larder and the kitchen beyond that. If you wish any snacks, feel free. And the kitchen staff would be most welcome to make anything you wish, as long as we have the complete materials. So yeah, speaking like that, it's kind of hard to pick up
Unless
everything.
you're like walking right next
Yeah.
to him.
As he brings you around a corner, and over here we have the great library.
I'm gonna make note of that.
And it's a large double door, about 15 feet tall, 10 feet wide. And inside you can see the light pouring in from a large tower. The walls of the tower and a central spire all lined with books, multiple glass floors going upward. And you can see what looks to be at least 30 or 40 elves just sitting at desks reading books.
Next stop. That's my next stop.
After another half hour of walking, he brings you to a what could only be described as a temple. Brings you through the temple. Okay. Takes the parchment from you.
I give it to him.
Okay.
Gently, of course.
Yeah. Goes up to what looks to be like a head priest, who is an incredibly old, hunched over elf. I know, you were hoping. Yeah. Who starts to inspect it as the paladin comes back to you. This will take him a few hours. Is there anything of interest that you would like to know or see here that I may help you with? Either of you.
I'm
And
looking along the
the
walls.
Queen has given me permission to now answer your questions. And this would be the best place for it.
Who should I talk to or ask?
Myself.
Okay. What does this mean? I don't know.
That is a symbol of the Uru mystics, the ancient lawgivers, keeper of peace, those that were truly connected with the pulse of the planet.
And was this spear proof? Their weapons?
It is not a spear, it is a staff.
It does
It
have
is
a green
the-
spearhead, all right.
It is the focal item used by the true mystics to be able to connect with the world around them.
So it's
A wand is one way of saying a staff, a focus, a scepter,
So much
a
like
spear, a lance,
I'm gonna.
a dagger. Because if that is a true one, then the shaft can be sized separately from the head. With a completely straight face.
So
It's all in how you manipulate it.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna summon up the bow. Do you know anything on this?
A Skeksies blood bow. Those haven't been seen since the war.
We found along with the staff, his breastplate, and the princess's sword.
Those are only supposed to be used by the true royals. The bows of kings.
That's really. So how can I touch this thing?
Can only be held by one of Skeksy blood. Anyone else who touched it would be burned by its.
That much I do know. I'm not poof it away.
I raise my hand. Is it possible if you're aware, are the mystics usually satyrs?
No.
Oh.
And he goes over, grabs a book, comes back. And remember the mummified, hunched over figure that had the staff originally?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like one of those. Only you see what looks to be a council of 11 sitting in a circle depicted with a sapling in the center depicting them meeting.
So just like the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I point to the sapling. Is this symbology here relevant? I saw it in my dream.
Yes. At every of the mystics' homes, meeting points, holy lands, sanctuaries, whichever word you wish to use for them, there would be a world tree planted, which roots would connect to the very roots of the planet itself, and its branches would spread up to the sky to connect earth, sky, surface, life, and death. This here is depicting their beginning of a new chamber that was somewhere south of us, which was the great meeting chamber of the ancient ones.
That's what that tree was. I'm gonna say out loud.
Oh! Oh, I just realized that.
The tree was signed at the World Tree.
Well, I guess you're sitting right next to me, so it's just like in a group
I
chat.
say that out loud.
Yeah, the world tree that you guys found calcified.
It was all calcified, though.
And the world tree, as long as it is alive, shall spread life to the world above as below.
But calcified trees aren't living.
No, that would be petrified, which would break the connection between above and below.
How tragic.
So land where that has been done would no longer follow normal natural law.
Slime.
Yep.
It became a breeding ground in a marsh.
Intelligence check, either of you? Or both of you, if you want.
7.
Intelligence?
Would this be a good point to use one of those? No.
It's a 4 if I know. Do they transfer to the next session?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just roll a 4. I'll be dumb.
Oh, Mofo just blessed Sam.
Oh!
Oh, isn't I blessed as well?
Oh yeah.
So-
I will let that go through, even though he didn't technically pay for it before. I will let you have the
So-
blessing. So go ahead. It's a D6.
Oh,
Add it onto your roll,
so 7.
and make sure you say thank you to Mofo.
Yeah. Thank you, Mofo.
Thanks, man. Plus 6.
9 in total.
So 10 now.
10, 9. All right. That's enough for both of you to get the general impression. Shit, what was I about to say? Oh, if it corrupts the living, then that would explain why all the creatures are so mutated and altered within that land. But when you stepped into this area, in this
Speaking of
forested
that,
land,
where's Punk?
right there in the room with you.
He smells like vanilla. So he's not sticking up.
No,
the
he's
place.
starting to smell like a skunk again.
God damn it.
Don't you have prestidigitation?
I'm not with her.
That's true.
Punk and I smell like skunk.
Yeah, so yeah, you're pretty sure that that probably would explain too why all life forms in that land are kind of corrupted and grow to weird perspectives. And
That explains a lot.
I kind of make a comment. Now, I understand as far as I can tell about the amulet and this staff, as it's called. This breastplate, are you familiar with this artifact item? Or whatever it is. I say very passively.
may I see the rear of it, please?
I turn around. I take off my coat.
He lifts up the cloak to the side.
Yeah.
Timo.
Makes it easier. Trade says something on the back of it. You feel the whole breastplate grow warm.
Alright.
Puts the cloak back. That would be the breastplate of the Lost King. Apparently.
So, In the chamber we did find with the calcified life tree, there were mummified corpses.
You found these items there, I take it?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my guess then would be that the Grand Master Mystic would have been the owner of your spear. The human king of that time that was lost.
His breastplate.
It would have been his breastplate, which could only be worn by the kings of those lands at that time.
So apparently you're a king now.
Apparently, that's not just for those kings. I'm guessing then that there was also a gelph sling available there.
White sword?
With an ivory blade.
Yes.
Yes. That would be.
The ancestral shard. Really?
Yes.
That's what she
the
called it.
princess has it.
Princess has it.
Been truly lost for ages. All the history of the gelph resided within that.
Can I make a history check at a disadvantage to see if any, mystics, gelph ring any bells for me?
Absolutely not. All information of these and anything prior to about 1,000 years ago were completely wiped from all of the libraries in the kingdom you came from.
Which also led to the extermination of, I guess, my race in Foxfield.
Yeah, all records of that were gone too.
Yeah.
So, why would they go through such lengths to hide this? Because I've never heard of a gelph or a mystic. And I thought I was the only of my kind.
The mystics left this world 1,400 years ago. After the Sundering. The gelphs went back to their own lands and very rarely come out to communicate with us. We've had one envoy who was actually quite good friends with your master's mother. Apparently very good friends.
I'm just going to go.
First results are back, and he is not the father. I am sorry, your brothers and your sisters are all red, and it's like this gelfling elf comes out. It's that is 1950s. The postman just so happens to be something specifically unrelated to the daddy. Huh, this kid's
Not the
got
father.
a weird genetic trait. Oh.
Just
Black hair, redhead. It's whoa.
Red skin, purple hair, red skin, purple hair, red skin, purple hair. Bleach white.
With green near the end.
With a weird nose. And with these white hair with green tips. Yeah.
That's tan.
Something wrong there.
Yeah.
I'm more orange than red.
But I'm sorry, that was just a perfect moment. I have
You
to
are
say,
not the father.
you are not the father. Yeah, that's what the dad knows. But actually, I gotta do something, so I gotta talk to him about this. I look over at the guy, and mind you, did I actually carry on to the book? I don't think I ever put the book back, and I don't want to think he's.
No, you're still holding on to the book
I
that
too?
shows the gelph. I mean, the mystics meeting.
Oh, I was actually talking about the book about how to be a thief, but I mean.
Oh no,
No,
we
that's
put
in your
those
pouch.
Oh,
back.
I tell him I accidentally took the book, and I don't want to.
Nobody's asking.
No
Okay.
one cares.
I don't want to steal.
I'm not even sure you remember putting it in there.
I don't. I'm not gonna lie, the satyr in me. But
Did I accidentally steal the book as well?
Yeah,
The book I was okay, I put that back.
You put it right back in the exact shelf and location that it was supposed to be in, like a good librarian should.
I honestly wasn't trying to be a thief. I just want to make that
And
clear.
subconsciously, that's what I figure your character would do, being such a library nut. And your character, I figured that's probably exactly what you would do. Just put it in your pocket because you didn't feel like carrying it anymore.
Yeah. No, it's exactly what my character would do, not gonna lie. But I look over at the guy and I'm like, you might not understand this, Bird, so don't be confused. By any chance, sir, if you don't mind me asking, it's a personal question, I wouldn't oblige if you want to not talk about it.
You may ask any personal question. I may or may not answer.
Do you happen to be wearing a golden medallion under your breastplate? Under a necklace?
Interesting you know of my charm.
I mean, no offense. Not meant offensively.
Why would I be offended? This was given to me by the late king, and he pulls out the gold coin.
Oh, no.
That's wrapped in golden thread and made into a pendant around his neck. It is one of my most prized possessions given to me by the late king. He died 3 days after he gave it to me.
Oh.
I still feel that if he had had it, maybe he would still be alive. So I will forevermore wear this until my dying day to serve the queen. At which point you feel another stabbing pain in the back of your head.
Ow.
You okay there, Satyr?
And you're feeling every urge of you to grab that.
At no point was I told to lie. Am I correct by that by my patron? We had a great conversation. I helped him pick up the coins.
However you do it.
Wait,
He just wants his coins back.
he's actually your patron? Like, are you actually taking a class in Warlock?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, way over the...
Over her head, under her feet.
Yeah, I seriously signed my blood pact with a leprechaun. Then I was not told to lie, and I'm an honest character. I'm not sure it'll mean anything, and I totally respect your decisions in all aspects, but there's a certainly high chance that that particular coin belongs to a fake, that originally, just saying originally, belonged to a fake creature. Very
Most
powerful
likely
one.
it did. That would explain its good luck and fortune magic.
Hmm.
But it has been in my possession for the last 200 years.
Wow.
Well, I wouldn't say fully my possession. In and out of my possession over 200 years.
Huh.
It was about 150 years ago he gave it to me.
I can understand why it's such an important keepsake.
Last I have to remember him by.
That's just... You're not gonna make finding these coins for him easy.
I mean, however, I'm an honest character. And he's been nothing but polite to me, right?
Yeah.
And I've been nothing but polite to him, making sure of it. Because I feel like he can decapitate me with a swing of, like, a breath. Because we could. And I'm weak. But
You don't have a shotgun.
this would have been done so much different. I'm trying not to think about the way I would have done it alternatively. Not gonna lie about that. But I look at him and I tell him, honestly, I unfortunately have been tasked by the ancient fey creature that actually originally created the gold to use in that particular amulet, to collect them. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it.
Sir.
I'm not taking it. I'm not acting. I'm nice, friendly. I'm scared of this dude. He's like an inquisitor in my world.
I wish you luck. Deals with Fae usually do not go well.
I can understand that. But
Another stab in the back of the head.
if it is, it is. I mean, honestly, I can't take it from him right now. Like, that's not gonna happen. So it's like, it's not like I haven't. I'm not gonna like even try. I don't. Yeah.
Like swap them out.
Yeah, make a fake and swap it out.
Yeah, he'll never know the difference. Make sure it doesn't bend.
Yeah. I just tell him that and then
You don't want
nod because he scares the shit out of me. But I told him the truth. I didn't lie.
Why are you interested in it? Just for that pact?
I've always thought I tell him flatly. He can inside check me if he wants. I'm a man of my word. And when I was in danger, this patron helped me. This fake creature, never specify what he is, helped me.
Yeah, 23 insight, that definitely works.
Am I lying? When I was in need, this fake creature helped me. I was looking for the girl, the fake creature helped me. I'm not lying.
Oh no.
I didn't try to take it from him.
He's gonna see right through the whole ancient face shit. And he's
I'm not
gonna be
lying.
Like, leprechaun.
Well, maybe, but
I will make you a deal. If you can find a way to bring the mystics back to us, I will give you this coin. Plus its sister.
that would probably be the other gold pendant I felt inside of this building.
There's another one of its match in the treasury.
I stick out my hand. I know I'm 3 feet tall, and sticking out my hand to a 6 foot tall high elf is respect, but I accept the terms of your arrangement. And I stick out my hand down.
Okay.
Does he shake it?
Yes.
Good.
Oh.
And then he takes the book that you're holding, flips to about 3/4 of the way through, shows you a section of peninsula on a map, and says that that's the last place that they were seen.
Can I go to you?
Open world map, mark it.
We're doing this, and we mark that
Take out my scribe
location.
tools, mark it.
Okay.
With a little
I will add that marker to the map when
quest.
I deliver it to you next time. It's on the other side of the ocean.
I know. I kind of figured.
I look him dead in the face and say, as I was a man of my word before, I will remain a man of my word. And I nod with pride.
I wish you much luck staying true to that. It might be found quite difficult with such a patron. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
World map open now.
Where is the land of the Skeksies, if you don't mind pointing it out?
Right here. And he shows you, points to the tower in the middle of the red forested
These
area.
points are gonna be the death of Sam.
Gonna
That's
mark
what
that.
Malcolm says.
Maybe.
I'm gonna
Maybe.
gently, kindly move his finger and mark it.
The tower is actually marked on the map.
I'm just gonna mark it as well. Home.
Really? I actually
My
asked.
condolences if that is home, for that is truly a cursed land.
It's where
Nothing
my
but pain,
people are.
misery.
Where my
They
people
come here
are.
for healing.
I do have a question
How
for him.
often do they come here?
Roughly once every 50 to 150 years.
Is the next expected time frame soon?
No.
Somewhere in the next 40 to 110 years.
Oh, okay. It was worth a shot.
I could probably outlive that, but
Well, but
and you maybe, but
yeah, I'd be around then. I ask him,
if we live through.
are
this
you aware of
explosion.
any other satyrs that might be in existence? I know nothing about my past, and out of curiosity, in case there might be any survivors.
There's a village of them to the south of here,
Get 'em.
within our forest lands.
Okay. Help us out.
There is a group that joined with the plainsmen out to the east. They went that way after they left the sanctuary of here. And other than that, they could be anywhere.
Okay. I kind of go to the world map and I kind of just reference the location of the village he mentioned, in case we're leaving out a different route that brings us south at all.
Okay. Yeah, so it shows you the rough area of it. Alright, anything else that you guys want to question while you're here?
I'm good.
If we were to get out of the reach of who is hunting us, where would we go?
Word has been sent in every direction of the bounty against you at this point,
Even to other continents?
across the world.
Damn.
Apparently, Master Taurine has vessels that travel the entirety of the world.
German.
That's one merchant.
It's what happens when you deal with pirates.
Oh. So the princess's betrothed was a pirate.
Technically, he is the lord of the island nation, but he is quite often referred to by every other nation as a pirate.
Whew. Well, unfortunately, at least we got a. Well, fortunately, not unfortunately, we have a couple days, so at least then we can make steps on plans for the next day.
Except the son Hugin. They call him the Pirate King.
If we were to find
Merchant.
allies, where would we go?
That's an option.
Depending on what you're looking for, if you're taking the princess with you, I would probably recommend to go west to the jungles, past the frosted lands, which are quite dangerous, and there you'd find the remnants of the gelph.
But they wouldn't be able to keep us safe for long, much like here.
Their lands are not much touched by other ones. for their lands are truly dangerous. Not to mention, most would dare not cross the frosty wastes,
So that would be our safe bet.
where the rivers will freeze your steel and make it brittle.
Oh no. Still have the map open. I never said I closed it. Gonna point to, I'm guessing is the area, so there.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna mark that as well.
Is that generally closer to the location you specified for me to go to meet you up at the Mystics? Is that the
No.
direction, or is that the other direction?
Mystics are south,
Okay, so...
This is west.
beyond the ocean.
So her people are west, my people are east, and
Where I need to
Mystics
go
are
is the
south.
south.
So,
Okay.
oops, wrong button. So, you know what? Give me a second. I'll bring up the map on screen, and then I can show it off that way a bit. Wrong one. I apologize for not having this ready previously, but these. Okay. This thing came out huge. I apologize. By all means, discuss anything else you guys want to know while I'm bringing this all up to give like a reference to it.
Is he able to mark on the map that we have, the world map? Is there a route that he could mark on our world map on getting to the west? Like maybe a route that we could follow?
Closed off.
Maybe a secondary route, something that just a bonus, like geographically. It's more of a geographical question.
There is a pass through the mountains to the west that would bring you to the frozen lands. I cannot guarantee that the other side of it would not be frozen over at this point. From there, no one truly goes out there for any amount of time.
So we would need to bring gear to keep ourselves warm.
Definitely. So as I have it on the map here. So you see the up at the top where you see the dark green in between the white and the red? That's basically where you guys are now. Sorry, my mouse won't show on this screen here to give you full direction, but let's see.
So there is a slight passage that kind of
Is that probably the
goes
underground?
around it. We'd have to travel really far south and get close to the ocean.
Very risky.
It is very risky.
Alright, so I don't care if it looks messy right now. So if you take a look, you'll see that there's where the white comes down.
Yeah.
Okay, by the large mountains, there's the little elven capital. That's where you are right now, where you see the buildings. Okay, surrounded by the red trees is where you see the Skeksies Tower. Okay, the Mystics were last seen down south. You see where the darkened area is full of volcanoes. Yep.
Like right here?
Yep.
Yeah, the
Okay.
little volcanic peninsula.
Yep. And then you see the vortex right next to it.
Right here?
Yep. And it looks like the islands there is where he points out that they went away to.
So,
Yeah, hold on.
I can zoom out a little bit, sorry.
Yeah, I gotta
You got I know.
resize it as I go to try and fit everything in there. I apologize.
No, that's fine.
There we go. So, yeah, sorry, it was cutting it off. So the whirlpool that you see surrounded by islands, that's where the Uru went.
Gotcha.
Was down in that rough area. Okay. The jungle is what you see the like brownish green section to the
Far
west of
far
the
west, yeah.
yeah. And apparently the white section there is the frozen lands where the water itself will make even steel brittle because of the cold.
But no one will enter that.
Nobody will go into that area. It's far too dangerous.
So we could take our time by going around the water.
As long as you can get around it, yeah.
Okay.
I keep trying to comment, but I'm not there. Waiting.
Sorry, Fee.
Sorry, we're not trying to get too into other things, but
I'm gonna go check if my power rates are home yet.
Okay. This should give you a little bit better view of it.
okay, so that's where we're at. And that
So, about the Mystic Peninsulas where they assumed to be gone missing, do people travel there often?
No,
Okay.
very rarely.
But we would need to supply a ship for ourselves. And it'd be ocean travel. We'd need enough food. Maybe the gelph can.
So, whichever direction you wish to go, we would be more than happy to assist you in any way that we can. But you have a couple of days to make that decision.
I say we go west.
Okay. So, it's the hour mark now. So, if you've been enjoying the story, please feel free to like and subscribe. We are going to be taking our break for a little bit. When we come back, we will find out about Zasmine and her mother, and our grandmother, and how that all goes. Where these two will be stuck listening to silence for a while.
That's reasonable.
That's reasonable.
All right. So we shall return. I thank you and stay healthy.